Welcome to the Illawarra Songwriters live stream. My name is Anthony Snape. The aim here is to build this space into a positive, encouraging online community interested in enriching the music culture of the South Coast by connecting like-minded creative individuals, people like you. Leaning towards original writing, our future online sessions intend to expose and unite songwriters and music artists to a wider audience and to each other. If you are interested in being an advocate and helping to build this space, we would love to hear from you. And what a week! We are in our third week of running this show, and in our second week, only after our first one wasn't even counted, but after our second week, which was, really, I think 5 people on, I've had a couple of record labels contact me already, interested in one of the acts that were on last week. So the message getting out there is people that come on this show get exposure, and opportunities just happen from people coming together. So that's really, really exciting. So if you're watching this and you're a songwriter and you're thinking, wow, this is interesting, I wonder how you get on this show, it's really simple. There's no click here. You don't have to know someone to get on this show. All you need to do is to DM the page and send me a link to your stuff. I'm not even going to listen to your stuff first, because if you're a songwriter and you're writing original stuff, you get to come on the show. This is for everybody who writes songs. So don't be nervous. This is a great opportunity to come on here and play your songs. We would love to hear from you. Right, that means that we are up to our first guest for our third week. Here we are, Sunday, March 7. Wow, I'm so excited to chat with this fellow. Please welcome to the stage, Chris de Souza. How you doing, Chris?
Hi, I'm really good.
That's good.
It's a lovely humid
look at
evening down here.
Bunker down in there.
Yeah, I'm in my garage. This is where I do it all. Yeah.
Very nice. I'm hoping that you keep the cases down in the garage and not the instruments.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? Maybe I need to learn something. why I'm always going out of tune.
See. So, how have you been lately? You've been playing a few shows?
Yeah. As things began to open up, before December closed down again, I started to have a few gigs, some friends making connections, doing some gigs up in Newtown and Sydney, which was cool for me. So that was a first breaking out of the Illawarra bubble. But actually, I love playing here, and mostly Port Kembla. That's kind of my street. I don't live in Port Kembla, but work there and love that place. And so glad that there's a number of great venues in Port. And so my next show, is I don't think you even asked me that, but
hit us with it. Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah, at the Servo. It's the advertising isn't even up yet, but the food truck bar.
We heard it
May
here
28th.
First.
That's right.
Say again.
There you go. May 28th.
May 28th.
With a couple other really great bands, including Darling Dawn, which is a new outfit around here, and some friends of mine from Newtown, Casual Fan, which is an amazing band. They're coming down for it. So
awesome.
Be fun.
Well, before I ask you anything else, and before we talk ourselves because I want to ask you a bunch of questions, but I really want everyone to hear you first, because there's a lot of people that haven't heard of you before. And would you like to share with us a song? What are you going to play today?
Yeah. I thought I'd play something local. You can tell my accent isn't particularly local sounding, but what is, I guess. I'm from Canada originally. Dara will land here for the past 10 plus years. But this wanted to play a song called Dr. Robin that is written for my deceased first mental health practitioner that I worked with here in Wollongong. So Dr. Robin Young, it's a song for her.
Wonderful. Take it away. Can't wait.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, Robin, I didn't know you long before you let me go. Didn't think you cured me, but I had to know. Did you like my songs? Did you like my show? Did you just endure me psychological? Dr. Robin, all that shit upon your desk. Dear Robin, polish it and call it blessed. Oh, Robin, anecdotes of Charlie Rand. Dear Robin, kept your wits until the end. Momentary pain of chest, diagnoses, panic texts, apocryphally laid to rest in me. Oh, Robin. One day I will walk around the tentacle, and I'll find a bench that bears your name. We can talk of oneness as tyrannical. We can feed the eels the kids have tamed. Dr. Robin, all that shit upon your desk. Dear Robin, polish it and call it blessed. Oh, Robin, anecdotes of Charlie Rand. Beloved, kept your wits until the end. Momentary pain of chest, diagnoses, panic texts, apocryphally laid to rest in me. Told my story back to me each week. Thank you for your language of belief. Oh, Robin.
Beautiful.
That's it.
That was fantastic.
Ooh, got the
Really
nervous.
amazing.
I've never done online broadcast before. A little nervy sounding, but it was.
Well,
yeah. Thanks for letting me share.
You've got a lot of people that are listening in that are saying similar things. Absolutely beautiful and so beautiful. Wow, look, it's one of those things. When I first heard, I have to confess that I had heard your stuff before you came on the show, and loved the stuff that you've got on Spotify, and wondered why the hell there wasn't more of it, because you seem to be pretty prolific. And writing wise and also talent wise, but why is there not more material out there? Why?
Oh, yeah, good question. You know what? This is I met you last. Well, yeah, I met you last year in a songwriting club. So that's how come you think I'm prolific. That songwriting club kicked me in the butt to actually make writing a discipline rather than waiting for the spark. It's called I Heart Songwriting Club. I just want to plug that. The founder, Francesca, is an awesome person, and
She really
has
is.
become a friend, both of us. And it was so good for me to actually get down to it and let it out in writing. In terms of actually getting stuff out there, at the moment I'm taking the tack of trying to play some stuff live for a bit, instead of just getting zealous and just recording and that's that, because I've done that before and then not played the songs live because I didn't have any connections out there. So yeah, we'll see. Just taking a different approach this time.
And I'm interested to know, because you did a bit of production for Francesca. Are you interested in doing production for other people as well?
Yeah, somewhat. Like I am. I don't want to say that in a negative way. Just time wise, I've just started a new job. But yeah, but it is something that I do love, connecting with people, and have a decent little setup here for nothing too big, but yeah.
Well, the reason I say that is because a lot of songwriters are going to hear this, and these options that come up. I'm also going to be talking to a bunch of other producers that are around the coast as well.
Awesome.
And it's just good to know who's here. That's what this show's about. Who's in our neighborhood.
That's right.
So
I love it.
there's a video that I spotted that you posted up a little while ago. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Was this a COVID COVID time video? It was. So a friend of mine, Dave Matters, who's part of Pipe Wolf Media, which is a local Wollongong media production company, wanted to get experimental. And so he's like, hey, Chris, you got anything that we could do something with? And I just happened to be creating something electronic that I hadn't done electronic music for quite a while, or electronic driven stuff. And it's like, yeah, let's do it. And then he kind of pitched me a vision of doing something with like stop motion and green screening me in. And I was like, I want to feel like a rock star for a minute. That sounds amazing. Yes, please. So yeah, it was, well, I got to be a guinea pig. It was cool.
It came up great. Let's watch it. Here we go.
Yeah. Thanks.
Now you can talk over it if you want. Just tell us a bit about it.
Oh yeah, right.
If anything that comes up.
Okay. Yep. There are two me's in this video. You can hear my children on CB radios.
Little rabbit. What road was this on?
Mount Kira.
Oh, nice.
About nothing, and so are you. We're making much ado about nothing, so go ahead and speak your truth. You're making much ado about nothing, and so am I. We're making much ado about nothing, so maybe we should let it die. Baby, let's let it die.
The black cockatoo on the caravan. I'm a big black cockatoo fan.
Can't resist how I'm talking at you. Let it slip because I wanna see you. I'm the blue, you're the gray, I'm the blue. You're the blue, I'm the gray, you're the blue. We're making, I'm the blue, you're the gray, I'm the blue. We're making much ado about nothing. Much ado about nothing. Baby, let's let it die. Baby, let's let it die. Baby, let's let it die.
That was so cool. I have a question. Why was the car changing the sides of the road so many times? Because I was like, you've got the Australian perspective and you've got the Canadian perspective, and then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Which side of the road are we on?
True. What are those called? Those kind of errors. Anyway. Yeah,
it was great.
Probably flubbed up a little bit, but no, it's good. It's a song about just the two opposing ideas in your head and how they have conversation with each other. So yeah, it's fun.
It was fantastic. I love the way it came together. What was the name of the guy who did the video?
David Matters at Pipe Wolf Media. They do awesome stuff.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And he does that like music videos and lots of other
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah. Getting more and more into music videos, but does a lot of production of all sorts in Wollongong and Sydney and everything. Yeah. Plug.
Wonderful. Well, Chris, it's been such a pleasure to have you on the show. I tell you what,
Thank you, Anthony.
It's been so good. That date that you've got coming up is
May 28th at the Servo.
May 28th at the Servo.
The Servo in Port Kembla. Yes. Great
Wonderful. Thank you for being here, and we'll come back whenever you like. when you've got
Cheers.
something else to play. Okay, see you soon. Bye. How awesome was that? Huh? How lucky are we? Like right in the neighborhood. Fantastic. All right. Now on the show, we have someone who's been stirring up a hornet's nest by the sounds of it. He's all of a sudden become a playlister, a very huge sought after playlister. Please welcome to the stage Rob Moss. Hey Rob, how you doing? Oh, you're muted there. I think you're muted.
Good night. How are you?
Yeah, really good.
That's good.
So, I came across you when you were posting about putting together an Illawarra playlist, and it's called I Rock Illawarra.
Yeah.
And at the time, I think I saw the first post where you were like, you know what, I think it'd be a great idea if we just put together a playlist of, artists that are in the Illawarra. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's just gone absolutely nuts. To be honest, I was sitting out the back here about 3 weeks ago getting a bit frustrated with, the number of streams that my own band, looking at my own band streams, going, there must be another way, Anyway, I thought, wonder how many people are in this boat. So I just put out this, post out to a few sites that I'm a member of and got absolutely bombarded with people. And for 3 days or 4 days running, my phone was just pinging off its head. So I thought, I'm just going to just start adding people and make it about, Illawarra South Coast musicians that have got, music up on Spotify, and let's just see what happens. And it's absolutely, I'm actually at the 7-hour, 10-minute mark at the moment of music.
Wow.
So from 3 weeks, I thought I might get 10 or 20 people come back and say, oh, this could be good. It's just been absolutely crazy. So, anyway, this is where it is at the moment. And I'm just sort of going with it. And it's basically genreless.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's welcome. I had a track come in this afternoon that runs, I think, about 18 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. And initially I went back and said, do you have an alternate, because it's quite long. And then after I thought about it for a minute, I thought, oh, bugger it. I'll put it up. Everyone's, eligible, right? So
absolutely. And
there
every
it is.
listener can make their own decision if they want to skip some tracks.
Absolutely. If they don't, if it's too long or it's not their thing, like any of the tracks up there, they can bump it or they can add it to their own playlist.
Yep.
So it's been fantastic.
That's brilliant. And it comes down to who's going to spend the time to put it together. And it's just wonderful that there are wonderful people like yourself in the area that want to start building something like that. Like, I've been here for now 2 years, and when I first arrived, I was like, where's the music? Right? I was just pre-COVID. And I really wanted to find because I knew that there was some great musicians here. Because generally there are great musicians in every place that you travel, but I just couldn't find where everyone was. And so that was my inspiration behind starting Illawarra Songwriters, because I really want everyone to know each other, because great things happen when they do. And it's such a shame to think that there are people that live next door that are great songwriters, possibly, that we wouldn't know of yet. But I'm here to change that. I think we should all, try and make a difference in that and create something here on the South Coast.
Well, it's the biggest eye opener for me was actually listening, because I listened to the whole playlist. I mean, I really have to listen to the whole playlist.
7 hours.
And so I'll drive. When I go up to Sydney, I'll listen to the playlist till I get there, and then I'll keep going on the way home. And it's getting longer and longer, obviously, to listen to the whole lot. But I listen to all the songs as they come in, and the quality of the songs is absolutely staggering.
Fantastic.
and music that I wouldn't typically be drawn to myself, which there are a lot of people that have their own likes, dislikes of music and whatnot.
Yep.
But, I'm listening to stuff that I'm still kind of shaking my head saying, aren't these people a lot bigger than what they are? I mean, it's kind of disheartening in a little way, but in some ways it's, I think that the Australian music business needs to maybe take a look at itself and say, well, instead of like giving all this time to imported music and playing 25% of Australian music in the middle of the night, I should actually have a better look at what's around, because it's awesome music.
Well, I think I don't think we should leave it up to the business heads of the industry. I think we should just get busy and do it ourselves. And I think this
100%.
is one way of doing it. I think exposing the great music that's around here is an important thing. Talking about great music that's around here, tell us about Turpentine Road.
We started. Norm Holmes and I started in about 2016. I put an ad out on Facebook for a vocalist who liked blues, rock, that sort of thing, and got Norm over. And I said, what do you want to do? And he said, I would just, I said, do you want a mic? And he said, no, I won't need a mic. My vocal's pretty loud. So I said, okay. So we put that down. And we just jammed through some old, bluesy sort of things. And I'm like, this guy has got such a rocket voice. And loud voice. And so we just started from there, and we did covers of old blues standards and a few other bits and pieces until we kind of found our chops, and then we got back into the writing side of things, and that's where we've sort of been ever since. So whatever comes out, and if it's rock, it's rock. If it's blues, if it's a ballad, if it's whatever, that's what we put out. So,
Right.
We try to be unpigeonholed as possible, because that we don't necessarily have a genre, and that's what we write. We just write whatever.
So the video we're about to play, tell us about that song.
So, Got Me Low was a riff that I sort of come up with out the back here, and I thought, oh, that's probably got some legs. So I came in here and sat and just riffed around with it a bit, and I said to Norm, I got this, I sing things into my phone and send them to him, and he comes back with like such a good lyric writer. And
Right.
So we just come back, and then with the rest of the band, we just jam it in here basically, and he'll, be on his iPad, and he'll be scrubbing out words or adding in words or doing
Awesome.
whatever.
Let's have a listen to it. Guy says, dig the LPs in the background. Do you have a fave? What's your favorite?
I've got to say, right at this minute, I always have a soft spot for Van Halen.
Yeah. All right, let's play this video. Here we go.
I've been thinking, I've been drinking.
Let's start it from the beginning.
Yeah. That's cool.
You can chat over this if you like. Tell us what's going on.
I've been thinking,
This is people arriving.
I've been drinking. I've been walking around these streets alone. Can't bend the
That's in
time
here, by the way.
now. You're down
All right.
all our streets. I've
see.
been wanting you ways to go, but I know my baby got me low. My baby
Dave,
got me low.
me.
I've been tinkering, I've
Tempo
been
check.
fooling, I've been limping, I've been dragging, I've been long, I've been torn.
This is just a day in the life of rehearsing and recording, really.
I know my baby got me low. My baby low. There ain't nothing else to do. I'm done loving you, my girl.
Bit of gratuitous hate going on.
I've been taking it, I've been faking it, I've been turning my blind eyes blue. I've been lying, it's also trying. Oh, I've been waiting for a heart to thaw, but I know my baby got me low. My baby got me low. My baby got me low. My baby got me low.
What's the dog's name?
Russell.
Russell, is he in the credits? He's not in the credits.
No, he's a
should've
poor
put
old
this
boy.
in.
He's 16 and a half now. He's resting. He rests a lot.
Yeah, I bet. Well, it's awesome to chat with you, Rob. Now, so if you wanted to look up that Spotify playlist, it's I Rock Illawarra.
Correct.
That's the Spotify playlist. And I think, what do you think about expanding it? Because you're going to have so many hours worth of stuff. What about I Chill Illawarra and I Rap Illawarra? And
I've given it a lot of thought, and it's getting to the point where I probably need to do something. I'm just not sure exactly what to do about not segregating people and making genres. But I've thought about having an I2 Rock Illawarra and spread it across 2 playlists, starting from maybe when this one gets to 8 hours or something. Because I have even seen that, the maximum number of songs that you can have on Spotify is 10,000. And there are actually people out there in this planet that have 10,000 songs on their playlist.
oh my goodness.
Which is 384 hours or something of music. And it's like, I don't know if I live that long to listen to it all.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere there's 70 billion songs on Spotify right now.
Yeah, crazy. And some stupid
Hey,
amount every day getting added.
I may have that wrong. It might be a million. Why? No, billion doesn't sound right. I just sound ridiculous. But
It's a
I
lot.
did read
It's a lot.
70 something. But it was more music than you would ever hear in your lifetime.
Yeah.
And I do songwriting sessions with people and schools and stuff like that. And when I talk about songs and writing songs, I tell people that there's more songwriters in the world and more songs in the world than you'll ever get to hear in your life. And it's absolutely true. And but that doesn't mean that you haven't got something inside you that you want to write. And it's just a form of expression. It's just like having a conversation.
Totally.
And it's
Just do
such
it.
a wonderful thing. Just do it and share it with the people that you love. All right. Such a great pleasure to talk to you, Rob. And you've got some shows coming up as well.
Yeah, we're doing Dicey Riley's in Wollongong on the 23rd of April with the surprise guest, hopefully, given our earlier conversation. But and then we have another one, I think, on the 29th of October, but we're hoping to sort of fill that in a little bit in between. I know gigs are hard to get for everyone at the moment, but, it's just good to keep your hand in and keep the live vibe going. So we'll be looking around.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to hear what happens with the playlist and where it goes, because I'm sure it's not gonna stop there.
I'm sure it's not.
Great to meet you, Rob. See
All
you
right,
soon.
same with you, Anthony.
All right, bye.
Cheers, buddy.
Woo! All right. Wow, there's so much going on already, and in the Illawarra, and we're only scratching the surface here. So if you're watching this and you're a part of a band or you're writing songs, join us. Come and be a part of the page and come on the show. We'd love to hear from you. I've got a very special guest coming up now. Someone who I connected with early when I came to the area. Very talented and very well-known guitar player in the area, Scotty Burford. Beaufort.
Hey, mate,
Burford.
how are you?
How do I pronounce your last name? I get it wrong every time.
Whatever you like, I hate it.
Is it Burford?
Yeah, it is Burford.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Burford.
Yeah.
Great.
That'll do.
What have you been up to? Everything.
Everything and nothing. I've kind of had a year of, not really sure where I'm going, I guess. After, I do a lot of covers gigs and things like that, and I just had, like a lot of guys in my position, I guess, as you know. February and March was just like one email after another with cancellations for the year and beyond.
We've all been there, and I think that here especially you hear there's a lot of musicians that are all in the same boat.
Yeah.
But it's been really inspiring to see some of the places you've been busking and stuff like that. And also, I love the stories that you tell
Oh, thank you.
about your busking and your new addition to your family as well. Tell us about that.
I guess just with the busking, because the new addition's been going busking with me too. I was pretty broke after what had happened with all the cancellations and everything, and I'd actually had a pretty lean summer the year before with all the bushfires and everything else.
Yep.
So
a 1-2, boom boom.
Yeah, it was a bit like that. So I started thinking, well, what can I do? And I'd been applying for other jobs too, but wasn't getting a lot of interest with things. And so I went, maybe I'm going to go busking. I need to do something. So I grabbed that little Bose amp that I've got that went down to Coles at Corrimal, set up behind just out the front of the liquor shop, and went, let's just see how it go. And it was a great experience. And so I've been going to a few different places, and
that's awesome.
To be honest, the money I've made's been really helpful at times with paying bills. I won't deny that, but I've had some really amazing experiences, and I think that's what, for me especially, that's what music's about, with connecting with other people.
Totally.
And so I've had.
You've had people burst into tears. You've had people burst into tears and come and tell you how beautiful your music was when you were playing your originals. That's what I was reading.
Yeah, I've had that. I've had that twice now. Where I've had one lady. Well, I'll give you one story with that. I was actually at Woolworths at Bulli, and a lady walked up to me and she was in tears, and she said, I've been sitting in my car listening to you for about 20 minutes. I'm having the worst day. And she said, I heard what you were playing. It was actually, I was playing a version of Imagine. Which is sort of a bit Tommy Emmanuel, a bit Chet Atkins, and a bit that I've done. And, I was playing that, and then I played some other things. I can't remember what else. And she walked up to me and she was in tears, and she said, your music's just touched my heart, and I'm having a terrible day, and this is what I needed to hear. Mm-hmm. And, I remember, I tried Goimea a little while ago, and just started playing a couple of chords, or the intro to something I'd written years ago, actually in a dream, which is another story. And I just started playing this thing, and this guy walked up to me and said, that's just touched me straight away. This is just absolutely beautiful music. And I wasn't expecting it. This guy was a tradie. Could have looked like a footy player type. A lot of the instrumental stuff I played with fingerstyles, not really, I guess they're not the sort of people I think would listen to it.
I think, the world is pretty surprising, and I think we're all guilty of judging people by the way they look and what they dress and all that sort of stuff. And, every single time I do that, I get it wrong. I do, and I try and stop. But I mean, we all do that kind of stuff. Yeah. Are you going to play us an original tonight?
Yeah, I am actually.
I would love to. What are you playing? What is it called?
Well, doesn't really have a name. Sorry, you know that I like to talk.
I know you do.
Can I give the backstory to this?
Please.
So, this was I don't know if inspire is the right word. A couple of years ago, I had my first experience of being with someone as they passed away, which was incredibly heartbreaking, incredibly touching. I also found it a real honour in a way to be there. My great aunt Olwen was in hospital, and we knew she was going to pass away. So my sister rang and said, it's like a 9-hour drive to where she was. So my sister rang and said, I don't think, we called her Aunt Ollie or Ollie. I don't think she's going to be here much longer. So I was in the car sort of 10 minutes later. And, look, to walk in on someone in that situation in the hospital when I got there that night, it was very confronting for me. I ended up sleeping on the floor in the hospital for 3 days, just to be with her, because I didn't want her to go alone. Mm-hmm. So my sister had kids and everything else and whatever. And I said, look, I can just be here. I'll stay here. So I ended up, one of the nurses brought in a pillow, and they found a blanket for me, and I slept on the tile floor next to her. Wow. For about 3 days I was there, and it was very heart-wrenching but heartwarming moment, I guess, to experience that. Anyway,
how far after going through that experience with your auntie did you write the song?
Well, actually, I was going to say, while I was there, I actually had this guitar with me. Oh. And as she was slipping in and out of consciousness, and so probably when I first arrived, like, she could no longer speak when I got there, but she grabbed my hand, and I could feel her hand, very definitely holding mine and everything, and she was stroking my hand, so she knew I was there. But then by the next day, she was still holding my hand, but there wasn't very much movement. And then I realized that she was slipping in and out of consciousness and everything. And so, so I picked up the guitar. I thought, well, I want to channel all the love I have for you into music. I want to express something to you at this moment, and I want to bring you peace if I can.
Yep.
And so I just started playing. And I just tried to dig deep inside and find something to express everything in that moment to her, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does. I'd love to hear it.
I sat there for, as I said, I kind of lost track of time. I was just playing and everything. And then, I guess from that, there were, I sadly, she passed away after about 3 days there and everything else. And then, at the funeral, I played before the funeral, and I started playing some of the, started remembering some of the things I was playing as I was trying to express all these things to her, as she left us. And then I've kind of, it's still, I've kept sort of playing it, and it's always a reflection on her. Reflection on that experience for me, and I think also, I find it very hard to articulate exactly what music means. It's so many things, and it's so powerful. And I think, God, I love vocal music a lot, and I love great lyricists. But I think sometimes instrumental music can go so much further because it says things that we can't express with words. Mm-hmm. I've
actually experienced traveling with another guitar player and experienced how solo guitar work and melodies just cuts through language barriers like warm butter. It's absolutely beautiful. Please play the song for us. I'm looking forward to hearing it. And thanks for being here, Scotty.
Thanks, mate.
I'll leave you on stage. Here we go.
Thank you. So this is for my aunt Olwen originally. So we'll see what happens.
Beautiful work. Wow. You can feel the emotion in there. It was just really, really heavy with emotion.
Thank you.
Says,
Well, that's really, I guess, as a player, you know, like that's what I really want to find.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I'm, you know, playing something I've written like that or anything, I really want to try and find the emotion, whatever it might be.
That's what we all strive for. Mark Lenzo says, wonderful tune, Scotty, Burford.
Oh, thank you.
Rob Moss. Beautiful, Scotty. How do I pronounce your name? Tahana Walter? Tahana's going to be on the show at a later date as well. She's working on a video.
Yeah.
You can read that, Scotty. Can you see that?
Sometimes instrumentals transcend lyrics and express the emotional journey in greater detail than the limitations of language. Beautiful song, Scotty. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Chris said some wonderful things. Beautiful. Claire says, thank you, Scotty, so moving. Wonderful. Thanks for listening out there, guys, and for your comments. It's really great to make some comments on here too, and where I can, I'll pop them up on the screen. We have a video here from you as well. Let me just make sure it's going to work. Tell us about it. Tell us about your video.
Oh, look, this is just another side of my playing. I guess I'm fairly eclectic when it comes to music. Mm-hmm. So I love that sort of stuff I just played. I love folk music, jazz, rock, pop, blues. So this is just another side of me, I guess, which is just blues improvisation.
How many guitars do you have, Scotty?
I currently own 14.
14?
Yeah.
They've always said musicians eventually, as we get older, I think we're all going to end up with the blues.
Well, maybe.
Eventually, we all get there.
Oh, well, yeah, certainly do. I think, probably about 13 when I first heard Stevie Ray. And that really changed my life in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that this is going to work out into be. There's going to be some live shows come out of Illawarra Songwriters and all sorts of stuff. So I'm sure there'll be some jam nights as well.
I'd certainly be up for that because I quite like that too.
Awesome. Scotty, thank you so much for being on here tonight. I lost you.
Am I back?
There you are. There you are. Thanks for being on here tonight. It's such a pleasure to talk with you and to hear you play.
Thank you.
Come on, whenever you like. And
thank you very much.
For everyone who's watching, this is all about songwriting and sharing people that you know. So share this with people that you know that are songwriters and that may be interested, because we're about bringing people together here and building on what's already here in the Illawarra when it comes to songwriting and songwriters and music in general. So thank you so much for being here, Scotty.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if there's a time. Can I say something else?
Of course you can. Yeah.
Look. Some people might know me. I was the idiot that a couple of years ago.
That's right. All right. I've got it written here. Come on. You just jump up there.
Thank you, mate.
I meant to mention it.
That's all good. Look, some people may know of me. I was the idiot that a couple of years ago played guitar for 125 hours straight. Which I did for a charity. And 125 hours, that works out to be, 5 days and 5 hours of guitar playing, which I did for a charity called Musicians Making a Difference.
Yep.
And they work with kids that really need someone to show them some love and care. And they use music, dance, drama, mentoring and counselling to help kids get their lives back together and where they should be. Look, amazing experience, but that was, so 2018 now. So I was going to do this
you raised a bunch of money. You got a ton of press all over the world. That piece of news went everywhere, and I think I heard about it when I was in Nashville. I think I heard about you when I was there.
Yeah, look,
you're on news programs everywhere. You're famous.
Yeah,
you are famous. You're that guy.
I had my 15 seconds of fame with that, and. Look, I've actually got newspaper clippings from North America, South America, through Finland, Japan, South Africa, in England, in France, and lots of stuff in Australia.
So after that, so that was in 2018.
Yeah.
All right. So what have you got planned now?
Well, I'm never going to try and do the 125-hour thing again. I've done it once. I don't need to do it again. And I don't want to go on too much, but I just don't think I'd be up to putting myself through that again.
Does that record still stand?
It does, yeah, as far as I know. And you know what? It's not really about the record. It was actually really about the kids.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah. So, look, it's a nice thing. And like having newspaper clippings from around the world is
awesome.
Fantastic. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it, but it really was about the kids, and that's actually when I really had some really challenging moments through that whole thing. And obviously, it was pretty hard. I was so beyond tired. I was hallucinating and everything else, and
I
had
can't
some
even imagine
real physical problems with it too.
Yeah.
Just with what happened to my left-hand fingers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, look, as you know, I can talk too much. I like talking, but I do really think that music is a really powerful tool for social change as well.
So what are you planning now?
I'm going to teach the world's longest guitar lesson.
Wow.
Which is nowhere near as bad. It's only 25 hours, so it's going to be a walk in the park.
Right. Okay. How do we get involved?
Look, hopefully it'll be on June 5 and 6. All things, COVID willing, we'll say. I actually planned to do it last year, and it got 2020. So,
is there a website that we can go to? Is there a website people can go to?
I've actually just got a Facebook page. What I'll do is send a link to your songwriter page, if that's cool. To this group,
absolutely.
Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. So look,
Sure.
I've got a Facebook group for that. This is raising money for Sydney Children's Hospital. So I've had the privilege of playing at Ronald McDonald House a few times for some of the kids and families there.
Yep.
And it's a really moving experience. It's quite a challenging experience as well. The first time I played there, I actually got in the car, drove around the corner and burst into tears. Just talking to little kids that they're not expected to necessarily live. And that was really confronting. And so I've played there a few times. I find that a real privilege to get the opportunity to do that, as a musician. And I think, as I said before, I think music really is about connection and everything else. And that's one thing I guess that's really important to me, that music has so many great things to offer and is such a powerful tool for good and for social change.
And I think it comes down to the way that we use it as well. And you've been using it all the way along for that, which is awesome. Where do people go to be a part of the lesson?
Thank you. Yeah. So what I need is for the record, I actually need a team of people. I need people that are willing to be timekeepers. They can do that for a maximum of 4 hours in one stint, but it can be shorter than that, obviously. I need to have 10 people willing to be taught by me at any one stage. So it will be, it's going to be run at Heart and Soul Yoga Studio in Cronulla. Yep. They're graciously letting me use the yoga studio for a day. So I'll start midday on June the 5th, which is a Saturday.
Yep.
All things going to plan, I'll finish at 1 p.m. the next day. So I'll need a team of people with that. What I'm going to do, I actually want, anyone that wants to come along and participate, I actually want to make it value for those people as well. So they're going to be serious guitar lessons too. It's not going to be me, just getting up winging it.
I think it's a no-brainer, Scotty. It's come and get a free guitar lesson, be a part of a world record attempt. I mean, there's nothing else you need to say about that. It's come and be a part of it. Like, who wouldn't want to be a part of it?
Come and come and share, put some love into some little kids' lives too, because they could really do with that.
Absolutely. All right.
And their families.
So where do we go?
Okay. Look, if you go to I can't think of what the Facebook group name is called now. I've got a Facebook group. You can find me at Great Scott Music on Facebook. So just think Great Scott from Back to the Future. That's where that's come from. But gotcha. There's Scotty B Teaches the World's Longest Guitar Lesson is the group.
Great Scott Music.
So there should be a group off that one.
Looking.
No?
Well, we'll post it up. We'll post it up after the show.
Have a look for Scotty B Teaches the World's Longest Guitar Lesson.
Actually, when you jump off, if you can find the link and put it in the comments, that would be great.
I will do that. Thank you so much.
All right, Kerry says, I would be very keen to have a guitar lesson. Great cause. Awesome.
Excellent.
So, Kerry, you get some other friends involved as well. And also there's going to be a bunch of people up in Cronulla as well that would be,
there will be, yes.
Getting involved as well. Because you're going to be teaching all different levels as well.
I am. So, I want to make... I'm going to teach the lessons in 2-hour blocks.
Great.
And I'm going to actually... My plan is to have 12 lessons prepared. Mm-hmm. Each will go for a 2-hour block. And I'm going to pick 12 classic Australian songs. And we'll rip them to bits. So if you're a beginner, you'll get something from it. If you're
Guy says, do you teach chisel?
Look, there probably will be a chisel song in there.
Fantastic. Scotty, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you, and that is an amazing thing to get involved with, and I think we'll talk about it again here on Illawarra Songwriters. You can come back whenever you like to talk about that as well.
Right, thank you so much. And look, Anthony, thanks for the support you've given some of my things in the past, and thanks for just being an awesome guy and really encouraging everyone with this sort of stuff. It's fantastic.
I'm just excited about it. I think there's a lot of talent to unearth here, and not really unearth. They know they're talented. They're out there. We just want to know. We want everyone to know each other. That's all. That's the big thing. Lovely to see you, Scotty. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we've almost got an hour on the show, and I think this has been the longest show so far. If you've just tuned in, this is Illawarra Songwriter. We're here to bring the Illawarra together and all the songwriters that are out there. If you are a songwriter and you're listening to this and you'd like to be involved, please jump on the Facebook page and like the page and send me a DM, and we'll book you in for one of the shows coming up. There's going to be plenty of opportunity to play. Thank you so much to all the guests that came on today, and I think that I've probably got enough time to play one song before the hour's up. So we'll go out with this one. Another lonely night at home, no one knocking at my door, and I hear your voice echo down the hall. So I answer to your call, but there's no one there at all. No. Then I realize it's just me and these four walls. Yeah. I'm still not over. I'm still not over you. No. Oh, yeah. All right. Ooh, I pace up and down the room, 'cause there's nothing else to do. I'd put a movie on, but that's what you used to do, yeah. I'm still not over. I'm still not over you. Oh, yeah. I'm still not over you. Yeah. Thank you for watching. See you next week. All right.